Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ohio Guys here. I'm Christian Ocampo, and today I'm joined by a actor in England right now in the UK. We have Joseph May here.
Hi, Christian. How you doing?
Doing good, sir. It's great to have finally meet you and to have this honor get an interview with you. Especially without time zone differences.
Yeah, yeah. That's very, very true. It's an honor to be interviewed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, same here. So we have some questions we'd like to ask you. First of all, on the British side or the whole side, wherever you're able to get your work on, what is it like working in the industry today?
What's it like working in the industry today? It's a lot of fun. It's incredibly diverse. It's just you got the thing I love about it so much is that you can do so many different things. You can one day you're going in to do some cheesy voiceover or something, and then the next you're kind of acting like an idiot in some video game, and it's the kind of array of things you get to do is just massive, and that's what I love about the industry today is that you could kind of dance around so many different things that it's just so much fun. And it's not prescriptive at ever. So you can play a little kid to playing some psycho soldier killing somebody, and it's yeah, that's what I love about it.
Yeah. So, well,
And
again,
it's what's that?
I was gonna say, especially you living in England, you can still get the work in.
Yes.
Despite location, you can still be part of some interesting titles out there.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of really interesting things here. A lot of big video games are done over here. There's a lot of great animation done over here. So yeah, it's you get to do the whole spectrum, which I love. So not just one thing, and I kind of love that you can kind of do everything. So
All right. Second question. During your time in this industry,
mhm.
what is your favorite project you have worked on?
Favorite project? That's really quite tough to answer, Christian. That's a very difficult
Yes.
one to answer. I think it's got to be Lego City. Lego City Undercover was my favorite ever. Just because the writing was so fun. Do you know the game? Do you right?
I know about the series. There's a lot of Lego out there, so tell me
Okay,
about the
yeah,
one. Just
yeah,
tell me
yeah.
the one you're in.
It's that was definitely the most fun I've ever had because it's just a really silly game and you get to be really funny and the different kind of characters you got to kind of play against were just so diverse. Someone like fake Arnold Schwarzenegger and Morgan Freeman's. I mean, it was wonderful and I just got to say insane things and every like minute in the booth was an absolute total joy and I got my own Lego character out of it, which I love. Which I never thought I'd get that. So, in my life. And my son was, we were going through Leicester Square in London one day, and there's a big, massive Lego store there.
Mhm.
And we were walking through, and my son pointed at the Chase McCain, and he said, "There you are, Dad. That's you, Dad." And nobody's like looking around, going, "What? Who's what?" But obviously, I don't look like a Lego character. Hopefully, so that was definitely one of the. That was definitely my favorite project I've ever worked on. I wanted it to continue forever.
Yeah, no, it's a huge franchise now. Both uh, movie wise, video game wise, like it's just
Yeah.
so much they can do with Legos. Like I remember when, back in my day when it was just a toy.
You're so young, Christian. So young.
I feel like an old man these days, just looking back. Back in my day, it was
Yeah.
just toys. Now you can make video games out of them.
Yeah. It's great. It's insane, isn't it?
It is, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you actually got to be part of that whole medium out there that has
Oh.
evolved such a quick amount of time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it has. It's just massive now, and so many different things that they're doing with it. And the great thing about them is that they're so, I think, courageous to kind of try to make it fun and to be stupid and to, they're not afraid of making a mistake. And I think that's really wonderful about the kind of the franchise. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And the writer on that is a guy called Graham Goring, who's done a lot of other video games since, and it was his first video game. It was just so he just throw one-liners at you all the time, and you just would just repeat what's the stupid things that he'd say. And it was absolute pleasure and a joy. I loved it.
All right, and transitioning from one childhood memory to another.
Yeah.
Tell us what was it like working on Thomas the Train and Friends.
Thomas, that's been wonderful. I've been doing it for 5 years now, I think, and yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. It just, it's an iconic character that you it's everywhere. You see it on kids' backpacks. You see it in all the stores and stuff like that. So playing Thomas has been a real highlight of my life. I've loved every second of it, and it's fun to do. And the voices, I never thought I'd be playing like an 8-year-old Drain or however old he is, but I have to do quite a lot of warm up to kind of get there sometimes. But it's been a real honor to kind of that character, I think, and the amount of other people that I've got to work with on that have been fantastic. I've got to meet some wonderful people, and the director, Sharon, has been wonderful over the last 5 years, and all the engineers that I've got to work with, it's been incredible. Real pleasure. And again, weird because like you're on toys sometimes, and that's a weird thing. Like I got one in my office here, and it's up there, and someone gave it to me, and you press the top, and it has my voice coming out of it, and that's just really slightly terrifying because you get this terrifying also because you can imagine some parent like after like some kids hit it like 20 times like in like 10 minutes and this voice is picking it up and throwing it across the room saying shut that thing up. So that's been again a wonderful thing.
And I'm glad you're a part of that one too. Like again, like just so many just old like children friendly stuff out there. Like you're just there like Legos, Times of Train, like
I know.
Just,
yeah. Did you watch Thomas and stuff like that as a kid? Because I mean, it's totally changed or transformed.
Yeah, no, it's many years ago. Like I remember back in the '90s, like that's how far back. And, I haven't seen it like since then. Like I've.
It's a good thing, Christian. I think probably.
I'm definitely going to watch it again. Especially that you're in it now. It's like I just gotta hear how you've pulled the wagon on that aspect.
Yeah, it was a huge fun thing to do, and as the amount of kids that love it, and you get these requests to kind of do birthday messages for people, and you get these little videos back of the kids listening to the voice, and it just it's wonderful to be able to make somebody feel special, and it's been an absolute delight to do.
All right, so moving on from like the child stuff, now we get to the more mature content. And again, going back to old school, I want to talk about the Godfather video game. Tell us, what was it like working on that series?
That was amazing. That was, I think it was my first video game. I was living in Vancouver at the time, and I only started doing voiceovers, because voiceovers are hard to get into. Like, you have to really knock at the door and really work hard to get into it. And I got a great agent called Gail Murphy up there, and she was wonderful. And she got me into it, and then it was, you had to kind of do a total on-screen audition for it as Michael Corleone. And the best thing about it was this, that they didn't want Al Pacino sound-alike, because I go, good, because I can't do Al Pacino. So that was perfect. And it was just, to get that part was massive. And the way they did games back then, with the so instead of the mocap, instead of you kind of acting it out with your own voice being recorded, what you do is you would record it beforehand. So you'd record all your lines, then you go into this massive studio, and then they'd play your lines over these massive loudspeakers. And you had to act it out to your voice being heard. It was so weird, and I'm trying to get your head around that at the time, but it was that was amazing to do, and it was just a massive game, just such a great thing to be a part of. And again, there was a really great cast on that. A wonderful bunch of actors I got to work with. Yeah. And the director was fantastic as well. Really put me through my paces. I remember picking me up on my accent all the time. No, that's wrong. Say it like this. And I was like, oh, okay. But, so it was. I didn't. When you start doing something, you don't realize how big it is when you do it.
Mm-hmm. I love that game. Like. When it first came out, I was like, no way! Like they went that far for a Godfather game. It's like you get to run around with the Tommy gun. It's like who doesn't want to do that? And,
well, I know.
Yeah, and you can blow things up, like do things that you would not see in the movie, or the violence in the movie was like 10 times more in the video game, in comparison. So I remember I had some great times playing that game. I died a lot, but I kept causing chaos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was a really, really good game. I remember, I'm terrible at video games, so I tried playing it, and I enjoyed my few moments when I did. But James Caan was even in it. I mean, it was incredible. So.
Yeah, yeah, I can ramble on the Godfather game all day long. Like I still remember like the missions, just
Hmm.
just the shooting, everything. Like that game was just so much fun. I had it for yeah, it was for the PlayStation 2. Like that's how far back and just
Oh, really?
yeah, I achieved so much. Like I ended up getting a golden Tommy gun, by the end. I was like, and that thing was so destructive. I was untouchable with that thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had
Awesome.
I had to
That's great.
grind. I had to grind just to buy it. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's a fantastic game, and I think it's re-released maybe on the PS4. I gotta check. Like
Oh,
it's
really?
it. I think I gotta check if it
I think
is.
it was a re-release. I remember seeing that. Yeah, yeah,
So
somewhere.
yeah, I will get back into the nostalgia once I play again.
That was a really, really awesome game. I loved doing that one. That's fantastic.
All right. So before we get any more distracted, another game you got to work on. What was like working on Dead Space Extraction?
Dead Space Extraction. That was again. That was my first job moving after moving back to the UK, and that was again really, really great. I again a fantastic cast of actors in that one too, and director Justin was outstanding. The writer Anthony was wonderful. It was just really cool. Because and when I saw like the images of that, what they were going to do with it and that kind of thing, and I looked kind of, it looked like me, but I was like really beefy and strong and macho. I was really pleased about that, and yeah, because I'm not that big, so it was yeah. The writer was really nice and really kind of guided us along really well. And it was again, it was I just liked the story of it, and I kind of liked the way it was done, and it was an ambitious on rails game, I think, to do. So kind of tried to break the mold a little bit. It was, I thought it was really, really wonderful.
Yeah. Again, another fantastic franchise series. Dead
Yeah, it was,
Space.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another cult classic out there.
Yeah, it was.
All right. And another of my favorite franchise series, Fatal Frame 5. Maiden of Blackwater. Tell us, what was it like working on that one?
I was actually scratching my head a little bit of what that game was again. Like, which one was that? And I looked it up again, and I remember it was the Japanese one, wasn't it? And
Yes.
yeah, and so it was all recorded originally in Japanese, and so we had to kind of record everything to Japanese timings, which was sometimes a stretch because they could kind of like really elongate something or really shorten it up, and you trying to get a certain amount of words in like a small space sometimes, and uh, it was a trip. I thought it was just beautiful to look at for one thing. That game.
Hmm.
I remember seeing some of the images on that. It was just a really, really gorgeous looking and whatnot. And it was quite cool. It was just a really cool. I like the feel of it, and you could kind of get right into kind of how it was, and I love that.
Same. That's the appeal. Like it's a beautiful game, but it has one of the most horrific, just a scare element that it has. Like it's
Hmm.
beautiful. Like it's again beautiful, but yeah, it's scary in the same way. So it's I've been following since the second game. It's
Hmm.
and again and you really know me, from our interviews, my taste. Like I just love the anime. I love the whole Japanese culture.
Yeah,
Like it's just Fatal Frame 5. It's just the way it illustrates, everything.
yeah.
Like it's that's the appeal that the Fatal Frame series has, has done,
Hmm.
over like what two decades now, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's. I hope they keep making more. It's just so unique in its own way. Just how it
Hmm.
handles the horror genre. So again,
Yeah, I
that's
thought it looked amazing. It just the look of it, I think, which just always stood out to me. I thought that was,
mhm.
it really, really it was ambitious and it was beautiful to look at, and yeah, it was just a cool thing to do. I'd never done anything like that. So
Yeah.
that's the best thing about video games is that you're thrown into these situations where you're like, oh my god, what is it? And normally you're not told that much before you go in. You just show up on the day. What am I doing? Who am I? What? Oh, okay. and then you kind of discover it as you go, and you get into the tempo of it. And, yeah, it was a really cool game.
Yeah, again, another game I can go hours just rambling about. So
Oh, fantastic.
I just love the whole franchise. Like, and hopefully people out there seeing this will go check it out if they haven't. Either go back to
Mm.
any of the series, or go check out number 5 since you're in it.
Yeah, please do. Number 5 only. That's the only one.
Oh boy. All right. Now it's time for the most recent title that just came out last year.
Hmm.
No, another of my new found favorite horror game, the Blair Witch video game.
Oh yeah. Curious what to think of that. Yeah,
I
that was a pretty big trip. That one. It was hard to do because the characters. I played the 2 characters, and that was quite tough. And they really pushed you kind of emotionally to kind of really get there. And it was so there were days when the directors and writers in Poland were really pushing you. Like they'd watch and they would make sure you were getting it right. They were they were so ambitious with that game. And it's a hard thing to pull off a horror game, isn't it? So, and I think they did a good job with it. And playing Ellis was great. Uh, it was a good. Yeah, I thought they did a great job with it. And playing Ellis was, as I said, it was tough, and especially and playing his alter ego was very tough as well. So, I, you had moments of like you feel really relieved and pleased with yourself when you got through some of it, because it was really hard work, but like enjoyable work. But like they really wanted you to kind of get emotional and kind of really plumb your depths of how far psychotic you could get, and that kind of thing sometimes. Now, how do you think it came across the game?
It did its job. It definitely gave me that fear, like I was watching over my shoulder, because
Hmm.
I did a live stream for the viewers who are watching this interview. If you guys want, please check out my live stream of the Blair Witch video game on our channel. So I recommend you guys check it out. It's very scary. It's the pacing, the timing, the way the game progresses. I won't get into too much of spoilers, but it what you would see in the movie, like imagine that at least 10 times more scarier. Like you're always on
Mm.
edge because it's you, like, because you're the one behind, controlling Alice. It's you making every
Yeah.
move, every little step. Like you don't know what to expect, and that's what I like about the game. And it's really true because it's a true horror, because you have no real defense besides the flashlight. That's
Yeah.
your only safety tool that you have. And again, it's not like other horror games. We have a gun and solves everything.
Mm.
No, like you have to keep moving. You know, you have to dodge certain elements. Like,
Yeah.
and the psychology, like it, the way it messes with Alice's mind, like it starts to
Mm.
feel heavy on you because you're feeling what he's feeling. And it's really hard for video games to just get it right, without kind of pushing too hard, or without making it seem more natural. And
Yeah.
the game just knocked it out of the park for that.
That's great. Yeah, no, that's great. Thanks so much for that, because that was, I think, what they really, really tried to achieve, was to make it as natural as possible, and that is really hard to do in those kind of games.
Hmm.
You know, try to find a balance of where to kind of peg it and put it. It's really difficult, how far to push or not, because
Yeah,
you can just sound stupid sometimes. You don't want that to happen.
the looping. Oh my god! Like it was
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the looping. I remember the looping going. Oh, when they told me about it. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was, scary enough, and just mind freaking in the movies, but in the
Uh-huh.
game, like they just went way, like they just went to extreme with the whole looping,
Mm.
and I think that's what made it more emotional, more scarier, because it was again, it was a torture in itself, just having to loop, like a million times, and just there was never like an end to sight. And that's,
Mm.
yeah, that's, and again, Alice was a prisoner in his own mind, because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. 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 They did. Yeah.
So yeah, again, more ramp than I can do, but you can catch my gameplay footage on our channel for anyone that's curious either want to see someone play it, or I just highly recommend just buying it on Steam right now. So
Oh, great.
yeah,
Yeah, do.
free plug to to the Blair Witch video game out there. So now we come to a funny question I'd like to ask everyone. If you could be any character you have played in real life, who will you
Hmm.
be? And you can mix and match.
I can mix and match. That's right. I think it'd be Chase McCain again because I loved him so much. Because he could just, he was a charmer. He got the ladies and that kind of thing, which was fantastic. And a bit of Sanders from Battlefield 3 as well, because he had the strength to get through a whole war and make it out alive. So I think that. I mean, yeah, Chase McCain definitely. I loved him so much. Yeah, he was wonderful. And yeah, the character Sanders in Battlefield 3. That was. I think there was the director Thomas on that pushed me so hard on that, and I kind of really got a lot out of doing that one and being that guy. That was a lot of work and really enjoyable. So those two makes it melded together in any situation, and nobody could ever take me down. That's basically it.
All right, that's a very unique combination right there, I would say.
Yeah.
Ah, very good. So, is there anything else coming out that you can talk about, or anything out right now that you want to plug in at this time?
I guess there's a game I'm doing right now which I can't talk about, which will be coming out. I think it's supposed to come out in the spring, but I can't tell you the name of it. So, but that's a big game. They put a lot of work into it. It's a lot of fun, and it's got some amazing people involved in it. And that's that one, which I can't say anything about. That's as much as I can say. The other one is Division 2, which there's always some stuff being released on that, where I do Manny Ortega on that one. And there's always new bits. What's it called? My brain is fried. No, they're always releasing stuff to kind of constantly play on that one.
Yeah, DLC content.
DLC. God, see, there we go. DLC. It's all every time I have a DLC, sure, and then I never know what that is because I don't play video games. Which is the weirdest thing about being in video games all the time. I don't play video games basically because I'm really bad at them. Although I did play NHL hockey was the only one I ever played. I loved NHL hockey. It was my favorite game. I could play that till the cows come home. And FIFA. I got a little addicted to FIFA as well. So sports games have always been my bag.
Okay.
Because the only things I could do halfway decent. And NHL back in the day, you're probably too young for this, but the Sega had the ones where you could like the little big punch-ups and there'd be blood on the ice. I loved all that stuff. It was fantastic.
I don't know that.
It's on the old Sega. And that's the old Sega, and it was wonderful. You'd have like Gretzky getting in a fight with somebody. It was really odd. But.
That's actually awesome. The way you describe
it. Yeah. So that's basically as far as the games that I can talk about right now. That's basically it.
All right, fair enough.
There's a lot of really good stuff. I know there's a lot of really good games that they're working on in London right now that are hopefully going to be getting out there into the world again.
All right. Can't wait to see them. All right, and now for our social media question. Any Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any other social media for the fans to contact you at?
Basically, it's Twitter's for my social media. I'm still not that great at it. I'm trying to get better, Christian. I'm working on it all the time. Joe May 100 is my. You can reach me on that one, and it'd be great if you could follow me or get in touch, whatever. If you have any questions to ask or anything, more than happy to answer. That's the best way to reach me on that, as you did.
Yeah, and now we're here.
Yeah. So that's basically it. But yeah, that's great fun, Christian. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, same here. Thank you for your time, taking, from your different time zone to make this happen. I know it's a little trickier getting someone from another country to get an interview done because, you don't know, like, if the someone else's schedule is busy,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually pleased that we were able to finally get this knocked out of the park.
No, I'm really glad we did this. I'll show you this thing. It's one of my office here.
Sure.
I'll show you. There's a Lego. Here's my Chase McCain. I was given this. There's my little Lego character.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got some. There's some Dead Space book I was given as well, which is really cool.
Oh, nice.
Well, I can't find it right now. Yeah, oh, here it is. Hold on. Sorry, Christian.
That's fine.
Pull this up down. I got the this kind of beautiful Dead
Oh,
Space
wow.
book. Yeah, it's signed by the writer. So
That's
Anthony
crazy.
Thompson. So yeah, it was really cool in that. So that's a good other good thing. You get a lot of really good little gifts from people sometimes.
No, I'm pleased you get stuff like that. Like it's just great for you to just be surrounded by awesome people.
I love doing voiceovers in video games. It's one of the best. I'm just so pleased and lucky that it's happened in my life because it's going to be an enormous pleasure to do. There's not very few days am I bored going into in a booth and saying crazy things and yelling it out loud or whatever it is. I just love it. So I love that you guys get to play these games as well. It's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and again, another little guilty pleasure if we happen to play video games and we can definitely get in touch with certain actors. It's again, it's a way for us to kind of do this, get an interview done, and ask about the games or whatever in the
Yeah.
questions. Like it's just great, having this type of honor. It
Oh,
really is.
well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Christian. But there is one thing you can tell me. How can I stop my son playing Fortnite? Because he's so addicted.
That's a question everyone has asked themselves. You either have to find a way better video game that can top Fortnite,
Hmm.
and that's up for interpretation. That's usually
Yeah.
what you do, or you just hide Fortnite, or hide the
Yeah.
system. I mean, you could try, but you've got to.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's the way the
Hard work.
aftermath. You gotta stop. You gotta brace yourself for the aftermath.
Yeah. He's pretty good though. So that's all right on mine.
Usually they are.
All right. Well, yeah. That's right. It's true. They're taking over the world. Thanks so much for this, Christian.
Yep. Thank you, Joseph, for this interview. It's been a pleasure, and thank you to our viewers out there for seeing this interview. We will see you in the next edition. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Take care. Bye, Christian. Thank you so much.
Bye.